and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I'm Trevin, joined as always by our main roster prediction champion, Caleb.
First two-time.
And our NXT prediction champion, Zach, is behind the camera.
Hello. No Gordon today.
No Gordon. He busy with life.
Yeah, he busy with life today. But you know who's not busy with life? Us. Because we're here to record.
We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, the Raw after Backlash.
Let's see. Yes, a certain Georgia Bulldog is involved in the first segment. But before we get to the segment, we usually give a base review of the show.
Yeah.
How you feel about the show last night?
Okay. You know what? The matches were pretty fire. There was one match I am pissed about, not for the in-ring action, because of some people on ringside. But we'll get to that match.
Yeah. As soon as this match started,
I shut down.
Yeah, he shut down. He is what I'm doing with another feud that is happening currently. But they haven't really built anything for that feud. So, yeah, I think the show is all right. It was a Raw.
Yeah. The main event was the obvious match of the night.
Yep.
But,
very much obvious.
Yep, but a couple matches were contenders, but that last match cooked. It blew those other contenders out of the water.
Out of the water. And now we're going to get into the show. So we start with CM Punk.
And
he comes out.
Yep, he's walking with purpose, and he is pissed.
Yeah, so he's upset that he let Heyman betray him again.
Yes, he's like, I've done this song and dance before. Why'd I think it'd end differently? I'm pissed at myself more than anything other, but that doesn't mean I'm not still pissed at those idiots.
Yep, and here come those idiots.
Ladies and gentlemen. And he's like,
Punk is just trying to talk over him.
No, he's like, nah. You might be the mouthpiece, but I want the head honcho out here right now so I can beat him up. Bring him out. Hit his music, why don't you? Oh.
Yeah, here comes Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Now, Trevin did point out the spray tan on Paul Heyman has gone down.
Is fading.
Braun looking slightly less orange. And Seth wearing a weird brown tan leather getup.
Yeah.
I said it was dookie colored.
You did.
Yeah, but so, Wannabe Evolution, as Trevin has written on our board. Yeah, so they come out. They start attacking CM Punk.
Yep.
Because, numbers advantage.
Yeah, Seth first cuts a little promo calling CM Punk the most selfish man in the business. And Punk retorts, it's like, I'm selfish. Like, look at the party you're surrounded with right now. And I'm the selfish one?
Yeah. But after the attack, we get, unless you just said this, but Sammy and Jay.
Yeah, Sammy and Jay make the save. Sammy first, providing an even number. Wasn't enough, and then Jay...
All of a sudden, you just hear, whoa, and here comes Jay Uso.
Jay with a steel chair, and that gives the other two opportunities to arm themselves with their own steel chair, and as I nicknamed them, Wannabe Evo Dips.
Yep,
But that's
who's the third man?
Yeah. I think we're getting him, as it was made official after this segment. Another match on your Saturday night main event card. It will be a tag match with Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn and CM Punk. However, Braun Breaker wanted to prove that his bite is worse than his bark. As in a later segment, he decides to attack Jey Uso, and he just dips and sends a message. Some people pointed out that when Sammy and CM Punk went to check in on him, Sammy put his hand on the title instead of Jay.
Uh, I don't even know who they could bring in as a third. Trick? No.
We did. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's gonna be Theory. It's gonna be Theory. Due to the fact that the breakup has not happened yet, it ain't gonna be Theory.
I think it's gonna be Theory though. Now that you said it, I forgot he was the third person in my head. He is also the third person that everyone's been saying.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Seth tried to get him involved with the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
When he was the Monday Night Messiah, it was him, Buddy Murphy, Theory, and then I believe the AOP. Right before everything fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the crew. It makes sense, but yeah, the breakup does need to happen between Theory and Waller.
Yeah. And it might, because in another later segment, next week we're getting the supposed to be last week match between Grayson Waller and Sheamus. Mm-hmm. It was made official. But that's next week. But our opening match for this week is none other than Mr. Still hot on social media himself, Penta, versus Chad Gable.
El Grande Americano.
No. This is Chad Gable.
No, this is El Grande Americano. You can't tell? But no, it is Chad Gable.
Yeah.
It is Chad Gable. El Grande, of course, he's on a tour of Mexico right now.
Yep.
No, M for Mexico.
So Chad Gable trying to get back on the circuit, trying to prove, I've gotten a lot better against luchadors. He didn't. He eats the loss with a Mexican destroyer from out of nowhere is how it ends.
He sells it like you dropped a toy on the floor and it hit head first. Like he just hit
limp.
No bounce. No, that was the thing. He didn't go limp. Just stiff.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Penta. And this is not the last we shall see of Penta tonight.
But first we have to get to the match that Trevin absolutely hates.
So, we remember how it was supposed to be the Creed brothers versus the War Raiders this Monday. But who decides to make their entrance to announce that they're on commentary?
New Day!
And I immediately shut down.
Yeah. Trevin was like, why are they out here? Why?
I'm like, I'm chill with them being on ringside. Just don't give them headsets. Don't give them headsets. They give them headsets. And I'm like, mother!
And, look, they pointed out good things on commentary. Michael Cole said that they only won by cheating. And what did Michael Cole try to do on Saturday?
Michael Cole did cheat.
That's pot calling kettle black here, Michael Cole. And him saying that he's not biased. I did not forget the 2011 Miz era of Michael Cole glazing the man. Literally glazing the man.
But what I hate about this match is that they cut away from some real good in-ring action so that they could capture footage of the New Day being some annoying little mother effers.
It was literally for 2 seconds. It cut from a tag being made. Brutus came in. You cut to the New Day talking, and then you see an arm drag, and Trevin's like, "We missed a move."
No,
like,
there was one segment where they decided, you know what? Let's cut to the New Day talking about their footwear.
And, oh yeah, and we get the hideous. I believe he said Louis Vuitton. It was either Louis Vuitton or Balenciaga.
Toed dress shoes.
Toed dress shoes. What the fuck are we doing?
Just give
This is Seth Rollins' gimmick. That's gimmick infringement, brother.
But just let the tag circuit be the tag circuit. people are complaining that this is the worst tag division in the company right now, besides the women's tag division, but that's not necessarily their fault. That's all these releases' fault.
They have 3 teams? I think 3 teams in the division now?
Yeah. But
I don't. Who's the half?
Chemical.
Zoe Stark.
No, Chemical X.
No,
There's
that's
only one person in Chemical X out of 3.
hey,
so is Zoe Stark.
yeah. And if you
Don't
want to
put them
count the
together.
man on and if you want to count the person on Hollywood, leave Liv and Raquel.
Well, they're a team. They're a team.
But yeah, it's like let the tag circuit show their stuff, not cut to Weird A footwear.
I legit think they only have 2 tag teams in the women's division. Judgment Day and the Slagents.
Yeah. But as cheating was brought up earlier, of course, the New Day gotta cheat, because they don't want the run back with the War Raiders. So, they cost the War Raiders and Creeds pick up the win. Hey, good on them. The Creed brothers do need some more screen time.
The War Raiders are going to have to, insert a coin to replay that match because they lost on this round of the
MK
Mortal
ladder.
Kombat ladder. So
That the New Day decided is how you determine #1 contendership.
they're video game people. It makes sense, at least to me.
It does, but
Oh, he can play. It makes sense though.
as soon as you explained it, I was like, fair enough. Yes.
But now we get to someone who
Will also be losing.
jumps the line.
Yeah. First,
This is not Gunther. Yes, I am agreeing with what you're saying now. This is not Gunther.
yeah, so we see a segment of, Adam Pearce and Jay talking, and Adam Pearce says, I wanted to get to you first before it gets made public. Go ahead out there, address your people.
Yep, and Jay comes out. He does his entrance, and fans love it. I can't complain. Fans love it as much as I just want to get it over with. It's like a 5-minute entrance every night. You're taking 5 minutes of the show from people that could use it in matches, or people that could use it because they're #1 T-shirt sellers and they're not even on TV. They're on Main Event. Why is Karrion Kross not on our screen? Why is he only speaking with the New Day in the backstage segment?
Yes.
Not even on screen. It's off screen.
Yeah. In camera shot, but not the main focus.
Not the main focus.
Yeah.
He's outselling everyone.
He's also currently out social mediaing the person you claim is your social media star, Logan Paul.
What are we doing? But, this does pertain to Logan Paul because
Yes.
Jay is out here to talk about
Yes.
Logan Paul.
Yes, he's like, a week from Saturday, I face the man who, is riding a high because he thinks he got a one-up on me. He think he caught me slipping, caught me lacking. But when it comes to the actual match, he ain't gonna catch me lacking.
Dun-um. Dun-um.
Gunther, the ring and run.
Dun, dun. Here comes Gunther!
Yep.
And he basically, I'm just going to cut to the point because he did. He said, look, I don't think you've actually heard what he said, so I'm going to announce it right now. Give me the pleasure of doing it. The winner of Logan Paul v. Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event
Will go on the Raw after Money in the Bank. Fight Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Trevin. Jay's getting cashed in on.
Yeah, as soon as I checked the calendar and saw it was the Raw after Money in the Bank, I was like, fuck.
I was trying to think of some logistical way.
Who's winning Money in the Bank, though?
I don't know because they're doing qualifiers next week. Qualifiers for SmackDown start this week.
Okay. Did they confirm that on social or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I was trying to think of a way that we could finagle Logan Paul in there because I'm thinking Logan Paul somehow wins this match, champion for 2 weeks, loses or no, because I don't want Logan Paul to be champion. Because what I'm thinking of is Logan Paul wins and then instantly gets cashed in on. That is what I'm thinking.
Like a really, really close match and they're both dead, but he still wins.
Nah.
And then he just gets cashed in on, gets immediately pinned.
Like, if they did this Saturday Night's main event after Money in the Bank, it would be so perfect. This is the worst way. This is what internet wrestling fans are calling the worst World Heavyweight Championship reign. I'm personally just indifferent. It just started. I can't rate it. It just started.
Yeah.
Like,
his one defense against Seth Rollins cooked.
yes, it cooked. So far, good reign.
Yes.
The
fact that his number 2 is against Mr. Get an Annual World Title feud in that he will not win, Mr. Logan Paul, kind of stains it a little bit. But now the fact that his third title match defense is going to be a WrestleMania rematch between a man who put him through the ringer. Hey, because Logan Paul ain't winning that main event. I will say that now. If I said it yesterday when we were discussing this, the day Logan Paul wins a world title is the day I take my remote and go.
No, so what I'm thinking is this is Trevin's worst nightmare right here. This is in the universe that Money in the Bank takes place after main event. Or takes place before main event. Logan Paul, Jey Uso go down, down to the wire. Finisher for finisher. And out of nowhere, Logan Paul hits the one knockout punch. 1, 2, 3. Whoever's Mr. Money in the Bank, I don't know. I personally want it to be Carmelo Hayes. I think he's more than earned it, but at the same time, that means you're giving him a world title when all we've really seen from him is losing. So
I fear that
I fear it's LA Knight.
That's the thing.
I fear it's LA Knight winning Money in the Bank.
Well, here's the thing is that the fact that when I checked the calendar, I realized, this is taking place the Raw after Money in the Bank. I feel like the Money in the Bank winner, for the men's side at least, is going to be a Raw rep to add tension to this match.
I would prefer the men's go to SmackDown. Mainly because the women's went to SmackDown last year. And I don't want to see another women's Money in the Bank run on SmackDown. I think we need it on Raw.
That would make it 3 years in a row the women's has been a SmackDown rep.
Yeah. I think it's time to switch the brands up. That's why I think the men's is going to be LA Knight. Which I fear for. Because, that is going to be a yellow briefcase that just says money in the
I mean, if we're looking for a good Raw rep for the men's to win, he's involved in our next match, which is AJ versus Finn.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Finn.
Oh, yeah. No. Both of these men can win Money in the Bank, and I would not give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think Finn has a good chance in my mind of winning it. But, before we get into this match, we are going to go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. And Carlito's comment was, "You miss Liv, we can hang out," to Raquel. He said, "You can use your credit card and I'll pay you back." Carlito with the Riz.
Yeah, but something that takes away Riz from a certain folk is that apparently in this segment we also learned Dominic does not understand how time zones work.
Yeah, he was like, I was on the phone call with Liv, and he was like, she said hello to everyone, but like the last thing she said was like, good morning.
But it's
And
night here.
It's like, it's nighttime here.
He's like,
And JD is like, Dom,
you can't not understand how time zones work.
they walk off. We get Dom and Finn talking about how Finn is going to weaken up AJ for Dom tonight, take care of him. So AJ's out of the picture. And then Finn walks off. The other Judgment Day members walk back into screen.
Yeah,
JD
it's
holding a skull.
And he's like, so this is the world. You're here. Here's Liv. The lamp's the sun. 13-hour difference.
yeah, they started breaking it down right as they went to commercial.
And
I said, no, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Come on, put it back
And I'm
on."
like, Dom, you've literally been to Saudi. You went to Saudi to cost Becky the world title. How the F do you not understand how time zones work? You've been to Puerto Rico too.
I think he just
The U.S. has 5 different time zones.
I just think he figures when it's daytime by him, it's daytime everywhere.
He's a parrot.
You put a blanket over his cage, he will fall asleep. He will
Just
think
give
it's
him a
nighttime.
blanket. Just give him a blanket, some chicken tendies. He's good.
Yes. Oh, actually, his I think it was like pre-backlash match on social was a peanut butter and jelly. This man is a fucking 6-year-old. They give this 6-year-old a fucking Intercontinental Championship, and I love it. But we get to the match that, I cut away from. So,
Yeah.
AJ Styles versus Finn Balor is a technical master class.
Yes.
If you want to see
of course,
good technical mat-based
yes.
wrestling in the WWE style,
Watch this match.
watch this match.
But as they both also did time in Japan, they do some strikes here and there.
AJ hitting a very clean combo. And then there's the sequence where Finn went for like a sling blade and AJ countered with a clothesline.
Both men down.
That was interesting and cool.
Both men get up, decide to do some, try to get some ones in. When AJ hits a Styles Clash from out of nowhere.
Yeah. Finn just untucking his neck at the last second.
Yes. It was insane. We're like, only Finn feels comfortable doing that with his resume against AJ. Because if that was me, I'd be like, F nah, brother.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I know we just keep going on little tangents, but for those of you who don't know how to take the Styles Clash or what the Styles Clash is, it's a very different wrestling move where in every other move,
You're supposed to tuck your chin.
tuck
in.
your chin
Yes.
as much as possible, just in case.
Yes. The Styles Clash,
You
however,
do not tuck your chin.
you literally
Because
extend it out.
you're going down, basically upside down, face first. So if you tuck your chin,
You're gonna get a concussion.
you're going to break your fucking neck. And that is the luckiest you're going to get, is a broken neck. You can get fucking paralyzed from that.
Yes.
Or you do the safe thing. You do the not smart thing is it goes against your instincts, but you look up
Yes.
as much as possible.
Yes.
You're trying to do a backflip.
There is a filmed match where someone was not able to fight those tuck the chin instincts and accidentally tucked their chin. The panic on AJ's face when he realized.
Well, he also was able to notice that he tucked his chin and not deliver the move fully. So that is also on AJ for just being like, I know my
A
move.
goated wrestler.
I
Yep.
know my move.
AJ, future Hall of Famer.
Already, WWE, probably New Japan, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a Hall of Fame.
TNA has
TNA.
Yes, TNA has asked him, can we induct you into the TNA Hall of Fame? And he's like, not until I'm officially retired.
Because he feels like that's short-sighting WWE, but look, they're in a partnership now, so go fucking do it. They're gonna own them pretty much in 4 years. This is what it's looking like.
Yeah.
So, next.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah,
So-
AJ hits a phenomenal before he hits the phenomenal forearm, Judgment Day pulls some shenanigans, but there's someone who wants to pull some fellow shenaniganery, and get some vengeance for all the things you've done to him the past 3 weeks.
White Eyes Blue Penta.
Nice Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so because Penta was in blue and he wears
Yeah.
white contacts. Hey, look, it's right there. The
Yep.
jokes write themselves, kids.
Yeah,
So
he-
he shows up out of nowhere.
Yep.
And he takes out Carlito. Then he proceeds to take out JD.
Uses JD as a step stool for the recently recovered Carlito to eat a Mexican destroyer on the outside.
Ouch. Ouch. Good thing he has the afro, you know. It's a
Yep,
good
but
cookie.
I'm like, Carlito dead.
Yeah, Carlito running gags like he just gets murdered on TV, and I'm here for it because I love Carlito. But yeah, AJ hits a phenomenal forearm for the 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Because Dom wasn't out there, conspicuous by his
Yep.
actions.
But you know, Judgment Day's not taking this lightly, as next week is going to be a tag match with Penta and AJ Styles versus the team of Finn and JD.
Yep, and you know, there's a tag match next week. The main event this week is a tag match, and one of the participants was also seen talking to one of the participants of the last match. Oh no, we have a.
Yeah,
I
there
was
is
doing
one
a good segue.
Yeah,
now we have
good
a
segue.
fucking
However,
promo.
the JD side is all Irish. Do you know who else is Irish?
Becky
Yeah.
and Finn. They put the Irish fuckers back to back to back again.
They keep doing this. They can't keep getting away with it.
They lit. I also think this is where Sheamus had this promo segment with
Yeah, it
Adam
is.
Pearce. They put the Irish in a block. They put them in one block,
They can't keep getting away with this.
but they will,
Yes.
and you will like it.
Yes.
But Becky Lynch comes out. She cuts a promo, putting the locker room on notice.
Yep, she's like, you know, Lyra might have retained the title, but I'm the one who walked away.
She said she did not win. Where's your title then?
Yeah. But she's like, I'm not the one who had to leave the venue in a hospital car.
Yep.
Yeah, so she's like, now I'll let Lyra rest up, as obviously she one-upped me this time. Obviously, we both need time to get better, but that just means I'm gonna make every other woman in the locker room pissed at me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Hospital cars just said to me. That's funny as hell. That man meant to say hospital, then he was going to say ambulance, and then he just said hospital car.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it is a hospital on wheels.
I mean, have you seen modern day ambulances? That is basically just a mini hospital.
I
No,
was in
I'm not
one a
going-
few months
no.
ago.
No, I haven't ridden in an ambulance. Luckily, I haven't.
I was in one a few months ago.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, but basically she's like, every woman in that locker room is on notice, because I'm going to get back at Lyra, and if not Lyra's title, the world title.
She said her closing line was, for all the girls back there that have a fear of being held down, you have no idea what it's like. And leaves.
Yep. And now, your main event.
Yeah, so, like I was saying in my segue, Roxanne was talking to Finn,
Yep,
In the
for the
backstage.
second week in a row.
but
What you planning, Finn?
nothing comes about that just quite yet. But she is in this match with her current partner, Julia.
Post-match, former.
I was going to say that for the end.
Eh.
But they're facing off against Rhea and Io Sky.
Your woman's world champion.
And it was a certified banger.
Yep, match of the night. No questions asked.
Yeah, the crowd erupted for
When-
Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
They literally went from 90 to 110.
120 for some bits.
Like, instant jump. As soon as This Is My Brutality hit, I said, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure 120 is jet engine.
Yes. There were some spells where the audience hit 120 decibels.
Yeah, there was some mic clipping. Some audience mic
Yep.
clipping.
And Rhea was eating it up. She's like, I love this place.
Yep, And we get into the match, you know, Io and Rhea, you know.
Yep. Are like, who's starting off? And Io's like, can I start? Can I start? And Rhea's like, you want to start? You sure? You've taken the beat. You've taken the beating the last couple weeks.
And now we get the match. I think it is Roxanne starting.
Yep.
On the other
Roxanne
side.
starts us off. Io goes for a strike. Roxanne automatically tries to dip from under the ropes, and Io's like, nope, get back here.
Yep. She was like, "Where are you running? You wanted this match.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to duck now?"
Yep. And seriously though, like, how much, like, because they're trying to advertise NXT with these two being here, and like Michael Cole and Pat McAfee doing a great job of emphasizing that these two are on the NXT roster. They're still signed with NXT. Go watch NXT. And this match, if this wasn't the best NXT ad, I don't know what is. Cause like Io and Rhea are gonna put on a banner no matter who they face. Roxanne and Julia came to make sure they could.
Julia is a certified banger machine. That's all she produces. Roxanne, I like her a lot. I wouldn't say certified banger machine. She does put on bangers, but she's up there. She's pretty good. And you put all these four together, and there's fucking magic. Yeah. So after a bit of damage, Rhea gets the hot tag.
Yep.
And comes in, crowd erupts, starts
Tearing house.
tearing house down. And, you know, she takes some damage, and now we get Io getting the hot tag. We get into the final stages of this match, where Rhea sneaks the tag. Io, there was this really weird move that they did. It was a really weird sequence where Julia was in the corner by Rhea. Rhea takes her, pushes her to the other side, while Io is ducking a crossbody by Roxanne. So Julia gets crossbodied by Roxanne.
Yup.
And then we get, I don't know what takes out Roxanne. I kind of forget what takes her out.
Oh,
It's not the crossbody.
No.
It's Io that takes her out.
Was it a missile drop?
I'd have to believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe a springboard missile drop. Rhea hits the Riptide on Julia.
Yep. Io makes sure Roxanne stays down
For the
1, 2, 3.
And now this is the second time in tag team competition, at least between Roxanne, Julia, versus Io and insert partner here,
Mm-hmm.
are 0-2.
Yep.
They've lost both of the tag matches. And we get, pretty much the ending shot is Rhea and Io holding up the title.
Yep.
Rhea holding it, looking at it,
Yep.
and then just letting it go.
Yep. She's like, you got this.
Yep.
Yeah. She's moving away from the sentiment of like, she warned Io, like, there'll come you're champion now, but there'll come a day I'm gonna come back for this. But I feel like after seeing what Io can do, after seeing what Io has gone through, she's like, you can hold on to it for a while.
Till Crown Jewel. No, because they're doing the Crown Jewel matches at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Rhea gonna do at Crown Jewel then?
Rhea wins Money in the Bank.
No.
Does Rhea get traded to SmackDown, become the champ over there, and we get a...
Who's she taking the belt off of? Jade? I think this is all leading to Jade winning the title, this current story that's going on
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like the Crown Jewel match being a run back of Io and Rhea for the main event of Crown Jewel in Australia would cook.
Yeah, but now we get some interesting backlash on social media.
Yes.
So, Roxanne is throwing a bit of a tantrum, and she looks at Julia. She says, "What are we going to do?" And Julia simply states, "There is no we."
And walks.
Looks at her with disgust and then leaves. What? What?
Yeah, draft happening soon, and it's either Julia staying on NXT for a little bit longer than we thought, they're getting drafted to separate brands, or they're building up a rivalry between these two that's going to lead to the winner of the rivalry challenging for the IC.
Maybe. I don't know. I think IC is... Actually, I don't even know who's going to challenge for the IC title next.
Yeah.
But that is it.
Yeah. They're building up the run back with Becky, but that's going to take some time. Becky's right now at the back of the line.
But that is it from us here at Disqualified. I am your first two-time main roster predictions champion. Caleb, this is Trevin, Beltless Trevin.
Oh.
And that is our cameraman, our producer, our NXT predictions champion, Zach behind the camera. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell 3 times so you know the match is over. And we will see you next time. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Bye!